August was such a good month of PC gaming, at least for me, and on today's episode of PC Gaming Playback, we're going to talk about all of the big releases for the month, why I did or did not buy them, and also what games I'm currently addicted to. This is gonna be a fun one. Let's get into it. Hey, welcome to Zach's Tech Turf and my PC Gaming Playback series. And if you're new here and you want to see more PC gaming or PC building videos like that baller build I just did last week, then hit that subscribe button down below and also that notification bell. That way you never miss an episode. But yeah, let's get into it. To kick things off for the month, let's first start off with the new big games of the month because I pretty much own most of them already at this point. The first game up is, as you probably should expect if you watched any of my other videos or you're in my Discord, Madden 19. It's been literally over a decade since the last Madden came out on PC. I still owned and played Madden 08 every now and then, by the way, so I've personally never been this happy about a PC launch. I don't really need to explain much, and probably shouldn't since I don't think most PC gamers are really interested in this, to be honest, but I've been having a ton of fun the past couple of weeks. So far, I've racked up an insane amount of 17 hours, which is unheard of for someone like me, but I'm not working this month, so that probably has a lot to do with it. So far, I haven't played a single game mode other than Madden Ultimate Team, which is basically like fantasy football and a trading card game had a baby. You complete solo challenges and play other people's teams online to rack up the in-game currency to buy more players and packs. So far, my team is rocking some pretty solid players such as Antonio Brown, Sean Taylor, Champ Bailey, Gronkowski, Deshaun Watson, and Le'Veon Bell. I still don't have my favorite player in the entire league yet, Juju Smith-Schuster, so that'll be my goal for next month. My team is currently sitting at an overall of 81 and my MUT level is like 21, so be sure to let me know down in the comment section what your overall and MUT level is if you're playing. The next big release earlier this month was Monster Hunter World, and this one I also did purchase, but that was really only for my Monster Hunter World benchmarking video. I honestly don't think I would have bought this game if I didn't think that video would have done well, but I guessed right because as of right now, that video already has 18,000 views after just 2 weeks. Most of you probably know what Monster Hunter World is. This is yet another game that a ton of players have been waiting for to release on PC, and in basic terms, it's a third-person action game where you conduct a vicious cycle of killing big monsters. The one thing I don't really like about this game is the actual cycle itself. First up, you always accept what monster you want to go kill, then you have to make sure your armor is tailored towards that monster. Like if it's bad against water damage, you want to build a water weapon, you then have to go eat a specific meal that'll give you stat boost that you want, and then you have to go buy or farm up the supplies that you'll need. I understand why a lot of people like this game, but for someone that doesn't play this a lot, I really don't like how it takes about an hour to prep and actually kill the monster, meaning I can't really hop in for like 15 minutes when I have some free time. I did manage to clock in a little over 10 hours in this one. 4 or 5 of them were probably for the benchmarking runs though, so I'm really not that far and I haven't given it a fair shot yet. The next big release, which I definitely can't skip, is the latest WoW expansion, Battle for Azeroth, and this is the first one on our list that I didn't purchase. Trust me though, I'm still fighting the urge off to check this one out, as I pretty much have played every single expansion in the game at some point or another. A lot of you don't know this, but I was actually the main tank in a raiding guild back when I was in high school during the Wrath of the Lich King days, and I still dabble in the game every now and then whenever I get that itch. Battle for Azeroth looks pretty legit as it adds an emphasis on the feud between the Alliance and the Horde, which sounds pretty baller. The level cap is increased to 120, which is just ridiculous, and there's even a new PvE/PvP game mode called Warfronts, which pits 2 teams of 3 against each other, which I'm dying to check out. Also be sure to let me know if you're playing this one down in the comment section and what you think of it. I'm still trying to hold off though, not sure how much longer I'll last. And finally, the 4th launch game of this month that I wanted to quickly touch up on was Dead Cells, as it officially launched and is now out of early access. Dead Cells is a super difficult side-scrolling indie game, and a lot of players compare the skill level needed to Dark Souls. I've owned this game for almost a year now, and I think I can attest that it requires a huge amount of skill and concentration. I'm definitely a fan of the art style, and I like the changes that have been made over the last year of early access, so I think this game should perform well now that it's officially launched. This one does cost 25 bones now, so I would definitely watch a video before buying it just to make sure that it would be something that you're interested in. With that out of the way, my first fallback game this month was No Man's Sky, and this was actually a ton of fun to play for a while. I kind of stopped playing it though, but before I did, I managed to create somewhat of a base, as you can see here. It's really only a couple of rooms for terminals and my huge banks, but that actually took a surprisingly tough amount of work. I also managed to get my first freighter, which is a huge spaceship that can house other spaceships, and it's kind of like a mobile base, and the only reason why I stopped playing this was because of just how much time it requires. All of these things that I just listed are barely scratching the surface of this game, but it's pretty frustrating just how many materials were required to do even this. Other gamers are racking up hundreds of hours and building some pretty legit looking bases, but I just don't think I'll be able to spend that much time on it. And finally, before wrapping up this video, my last fallback game was none other than Fortnite. It's pretty surprising that I actually played Fortnite for something other than a benchmarking video, but I had some good times this month playing Fortnite with some friends. A couple times this month, some friends and I decided to drink some brewskis and jump into Fortnite, and we actually didn't do too bad. I'm still winless in this game, probably will be for a while, but we did manage to crank out some second place victories, and I think I got up to like level 14 or so for this season. I don't think I'll play the game much more though. It's honestly super frustrating, but I thought I should let you guys know that I actually did pick this one up and play it a little this month. Well, that wraps up this month's episode of PC Gaming Playback. As always, feel free to drop a comment down below about what games you guys picked up and if there's any that I should check out. Now feel free to head on over to one of these two videos if you haven't seen them yet, and definitely hit that subscribe button because Wednesday's video is about yet another used graphics card that you don't want to skip out on. You don't want to miss that video.